see you.
How are you?
Very well.
That's all right. Come on over to the bench.
Thank you.
G'day, my name's Andy and I run T Guitars here in Barrel, and I'm really pumped to have Andy McGarvie in here today to do a By the Bench. And Andy has brought his Taylor GS Mini, which is a fantastic guitar.
It is a fantastic guitar. Not an expensive guitar, just a great guitar.
And it looks like it's had a bit of loving.
It has had some loving.
So you're currently in London?
I'm currently based in London, yeah, that's correct. So
And
I'm back in Australia doing a bit of run of shows at the moment.
yeah, and that's why you're in town, which
That is why I am in town.
And so, guitar and
Yes.
Andy.
Yes.
Where did it sort of start?
It started, I have a memory of hearing the opening like pick scratch on Jimmy Page on Black Dog.
Yeah, okay.
And then hearing the kind of echoey vocals of Robert Plant come in and just being like, what is that?
Yeah.
What is that sound?
And would that have been at home, like mum and dad?
That was on
music and
vinyl.
stuff?
Yeah, that's Led Zeppelin 4 on a vinyl player, probably in the late 80s, early 90s.
Awesome.
I can't remember exactly how old I was, but young.
Yep.
I sort of was noodling on a guitar, you know, but I was a drummer. I played in a band with some friends at high school
Yep.
as a drummer.
Yep.
And then the guitarist in the band, who was still a very close friend of mine, but I didn't, I thought I could do the job as well, if not better, and I thought, because I was an arrogant young twat,
Yep.
that it's like, well, I want the kind of attention that he's getting,
Yep.
so fuck this drum rubbish.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a singing guitarist.
And what was your first guitar?
My first guitar was a guitar that my mum had been, she had, and it was a Takamine, but an early, it must have been
Japanese one?
Yeah, a 60s Takamine.
Oh.
Now, it had Wayne Music Co. on the headstock, because this guy in Melbourne, Wayne Music,
Right.
imported Takamines. No one knew what Takamine was,
You're right.
and he just put his own logos on the headstock apparently.
Was Wayne his first name? That would be awesome.
I don't know actually if Wayne was his first or his second name. Yeah, but I hope he's, maybe both. You know, Wayne. Yeah.
And then, so what would you sort of say, like, to date has been one of your better gigs, or you like a highlight in all the gigs you would have played, because you would have played thousands?
I have played a lot of gigs, but I don't know. I think that there's no one particular gig I think that stands out as like the one, but you do sometimes get those gigs where just everything works. And
Yeah.
I can think of examples where it wasn't even necessarily many people there, or it wasn't even necessarily a gig I thought was going to be any good,
Yeah.
but something about it all clicked, you
Yeah.
know, and it was just this moment of like, whoa, something's happening here that I can't recreate anywhere else, you know.
Yep. And that in a band situation?
In a band
you think?
situation, yeah. I sometimes I get something close to that on my own, but I think it's very rare to get that on your own. There is something about playing with other people.
Absolutely. What other guitars have you got in your arsenal? And like, do you have
Well,
one that's cherished that doesn't, you know?
There's a few that are cherished actually, and in fact, one of the things about moving overseas is that you have to really take stock of what you actually need and what you
Yeah.
should sell. So I've owned some great guitars over the years, and some PRSs and some nice things like that, and they're great guitars.
And you had an old Les Paul
So
special.
that's the one.
Yep.
That will never go. So that's a 74.
Mm-hmm.
And in researching it, I think the model is a 7455, which was Gibson's first reissue.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So it's a 55 Les Paul Junior Special, so two P90s,
Yep.
but reissued in 1974. I do have one other pretty special guitar, don't I?
I don't know, do you?
Yeah, I do. I think it's the first ever T guitar number 3. Is that right?
It is. I think you're the first person to get one.
Yeah.
So the prototypes actually. Angus has the first grey one, and then yours was the first solid deluxe.
Yes.
And in fact, at time of recording, I got a Facebook reminder that it was 6 years ago yesterday that you played it
That's
live.
crazy. Yeah.
For the
And
first time.
That was the first time you'd seen someone play them live,
Yep.
wasn't it? Yeah.
And I think I cried the whole time. It was beautiful.
It was. I remember the gig too. That was at Bar Open in Melbourne.
And it was Doc Halibut or the boys from Doc or something.
Well, it was certainly it certainly would have been me with my trio. So it was
yeah.
Owen Downey on bass, Gaz Bowen,
Yep.
and that video has keys in it, so I'm assuming Brendan Suey on keys.
All
but
right.
I can't
Yeah.
specifically remember that.
Wicked band.
Great band. I mean, they're
Awesome.
incredible musicians.
And you've hooked up with them back when you've been in Melbourne
Yep,
this
so
time?
we've just been recording a new album,
Oh, true.
which is great. So I'm sort of releasing a new single real soon.
Awesome.
And then I'm going to sort of do the millennial thing, which is release single by single. You know,
Yeah.
And just
Yep.
do that thing. And then there's an album ready to go, so later on this year there'll be a new album out.
Awesome, man. Well,
Yeah.
I think that's a perfect segue into
Yes.
maybe getting a tune on.
Sounds
So, would you like to, play us something?
great. Let's do it.
Awesome, man. Good to
Great.
see you.
I'd always fallen in love far too easily, and I was worried this was just that again. Cause if I'm honest in these days I'm trying to be, I'll admit I was lonely back then. I thought I needed something more like a miracle to save me from the impasse that I found myself at. But it turned out to be something far more simple than that. Cause in walks you, with that smile on your face, and we're introduced, and I'm transported away, and we talk like we knew each other thousands of years. I just wanna hold on to this moment right here. And maybe we meet up just once for a dance and some fun, have a nice night and go separate ways. Maybe you end up with mine and we stay up all night and make love for the next couple of days. Maybe we try this thing out and after a few weeks of doubt both decide it's worth pursuing. I don't know where this goes, babe, but with you I can't wait to begin. I didn't want to tell you I love you too soon, but I knew I would if that's what it came to. While most of what I think I second-guessed myself, something told me this one was true. Oh, I just can't bear the thought of being without you, and I wonder how I ever did it so long before. But I've got to the point where I think finally, maybe I'm sure. Cause now I wake up with you, there's a smile on my face, and I still worry though I do. I can't escape my own ways, and you tell me it'll be okay, and I believe you somehow. Cause every single one of my mistakes has led me to right here now. And maybe we fall in love, be together forever and then die in each other's arms. Maybe we get shacked up and then argue too much and call it up when it all gets too hard. Maybe we have a couple of years with divorce in the end, look back and cry knowing all that it did. I don't know how it ends, babe, with you I can't wait to begin. Oh, I just can't wait to begin. Try to stay friends either way, baby, I'm not alarmed. Cause wherever this goes, and I've no way to know right now, it's as much as I need. I don't know where this goes, baby, with you I can't wait to begin. Yes,